Let's start with the big news. News coming in. Former liquor baron and fugitive businessman Vijay Mallya is likely to be re-arrested by the UK police. According to sources, Mallya is likely to be arrested again on new charges of fraud. Mallya's lawyer said they are aware that new charges was a possibility. His lawyer said Mallya is likely to get bail if he is re-arrested. And we are joined on this exclusive breaking news by our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark. Mandy, first of all, what other details you have and when can that happen? When soon can that happen?
Well, according to his source, so who's well placed when it comes to this case, he said that he is due to be rearrested in all likelihood today. And these are new charges. It's still relating, of course, to the wider charges of fraud that he's currently facing, but they are new charges in connection to the issues of fraud. Even at the starting of the court case, his defense lawyer hinted that they knew that the Indian government, alongside the British government, were coming up with a few new charges. They didn't get confirmation that that would go ahead. It seems like they have got enough proof and evidence to put those new charges forward, but in all likelihood he will again be released on bail. So it's really him to show up to face these new charges, to be arrested for it. So it's all going into the wider fraud case that he's due to face at the starting of December 4th.
And Mandy, last time when Vijay Mallya was arrested, we remember he got bail within an hour. This time also, is it likely that he will get bail? As we read out to our viewers that his lawyers are saying that he will get bail as soon as he is re-arrested. Are you confirming this?
I think it's in all likelihood that will happen. He's not deemed to be a flight risk, and he has enough wealth to pay for any bail fee. So in all likelihood, this is just a procedure. He's very much likely to get bail and to continue fighting the case, of course. He's been fighting the case and rebuking all the charges that he's facing in India. Of course, he is refusing to go back to India because he says he cannot face a fair trial. So this will all go into his extradition trial to see if there's a case, first of all, worth answering, and if there is a case worth answering, if they can provide that evidence to the government, the judge, then also see if he will get a fair trial in India. And if the Indian government can provide that assurance to the Crown Prosecution Service, the British jurisdiction, basically, then Vijay Mallya might be sent, but that decision will only come in the new year after his extradition hearing is heard.
And for the benefit of our viewers, just take us through what kind of charges he faces currently, and if under these charges, what kind of imprisonment or other kind of, we can say that, what kind of problems he can go through.
Well, so the main charge he's facing in the UK is an extradition hearing. The Indian government has said he is facing fraud. He's defrauded many banks and defaulted on many loans that he never planned to pay back. That is the allegation he's facing in India. So they have requested for his extradition. Now, he had turned to the British court saying they cannot. He doesn't want to be extradited because he will not receive a fair trial. That is his argument. So what we're seeing in the British courts right now is that whether there's a case to be answered for and if he will get that fair hearing. If they decide that's the case, he will go to India, and there he will face in earnest those fraud charges against him.
And also, Mandy, we would like to know from your side, how serious are we can say that, what are the evidences that are currently are present against Vijay Mallya as far as UK's, we can say that, government is concerned or police is concerned?
Well, so when it comes to the evidence, that's all being provided by India. And we do know that they said they've received physical boxes and boxes of evidence that they're going through, they're scanning, they're making it digital. this is all ahead of the hearing. So there's been a number of court cases where Vijay Mallya has appeared, but this is what's known as case management, deciding has the evidence come in, is it worthy to be considered in court. So far, everything's been on track, and we're only going to see the extent of that evidence and what's really what the case that the Indian government is presenting on December 4th, when his hearing begins in earnest. So everyone's waiting in anticipation to know exactly what the evidence they've provided. What we do know from the lawyers is that India has certainly provided a lot of it, and they're quite happy with the evidence they have so far.